I think mathematics can be utilized to efficiently manage operations by modeling and predicting human behavior.
Help my businesses optimize its resources and assess its risks efficiently.
The world of business, there is a lot of math involved. When it comes to accounting, just budgeting, or just buy and sell, or everything in general in the world of business.
In business, we'll be stumbling upon through negotiations mainly.
Math is very relevant in things like computer science, information systems, information technology, things of that nature.
Viewing mathematics as a fundamental tool for various disciplines, such as psychology, the course I'm in, reveals its capacity to provide a framework for understanding patterns and relationships, fostering cross-disciplinary insights and innovations. In decision-making, mathematical models and statistical analysis can be employed to evaluate options, predict outcomes, and minimize biases, ensuring that decisions are data-driven and rational.
Mathematical techniques enhance the efficiency and information to better inform decision making.
The subject Gemath taught me a lot of concepts and topics about math. So when I work in the future, I think 100% of these concepts or topics I can apply in the future.
Through negotiations. And the professional connectives, they most likely help me form like an idea or make me associate like what are they trying to offer me, or view what are the view the value of what they offer me. It helps me, keep things straight, in short. And which is why personally for me it has to be the propositional one. In short, mathematics as language, if that's the topic name.
Certain concepts like graph theory is crucial for like network analysis, database design. A lot of things it's just very integrated into my course. So yeah, it's actually very helpful. Things like coding theory, especially coding theory, since coding is like a very big part of my course. They're super vital, and coding theory helps ensure data integrity and communication networks, things of that nature.
Mathematics as a language is one of the modules that struck me the most because it is essential in psychology. It allows for the precise quantification and analysis of complex human behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. Through statistical methods, psychologists can systematically collect and analyze data uncovering patterns about psychological phenomena. Mathematical models also facilitate in the testing of hypotheses and prediction of outcomes, ensuring that psychological research are evidence-based. Additionally, the use of mathematical language promotes clarity in studies, enabling researchers to communicate findings effectively and collaborate across the disciplines.
Game theory, really, since I've encountered this already in my previous class, yeah, I love the concept of game theory, of like the multiple situation and outcomes. Like there's a certain thrill to it.
And that is game theory. Well, game theory was pretty intriguing because it involves board games. The decisions you make not only includes your mental awareness, but it also involves math and the decisions you make. So yeah, game theory is pretty fun and intriguing to learn.
It has to be the game theory, since I've been playing games through most of my life, and in game theory, it made me the concept of it, or the topic of it, helped me really understood like everything or what it's trying to say, because I somehow relate to it through every single game. And and also every game, like all games are strategics, of course. So therefore, the topic about game theory is quite exciting for me, since I understood it very well. I can like process things or are connected. In short, it's like one of the first mathematics topic that helped me relate it to the real world, and I never expected that game theory would be some sort of topic for mathematics.
It's definitely game theory, because it's like a strategic like blueprint for decision making. It's applicable in so many real world scenarios. Like the idea of modeling interactions between different players, whether it's like businesses competing in a market, or even like nations in diplomatic negotiations, or even just individuals in everyday situations, is very fascinating to me. And understanding these dynamics can help predict outcomes and make more informed decisions. Additionally, I think game theory's versatility makes it really, really captivating. It's not just about like economics or politics. It extends to fields like biology, even computer science, which is like very related to the course I'm taking, and even social sciences.
All of the topics weren't as complex as I thought it would be, but one thing I didn't think I would understand was game theory. It was actually fun studying about these strategic interactions among rational decision makers. It encourages players to think strategically, considering not just their own moves, but also predicting and countering the moves of others. This adds a layer of mental challenge and intrigue. It can also be used to analyze and understand social interactions and behaviors, making it fascinating to see how people's decisions play out in different scenarios.
It's like a sport, but nevertheless, it was enjoyable to learn these concepts. That's why it was neither too hard or too easy.
My views on the concepts and topics that was learned in the subject of Gemathmw was pretty educational and helpful, and everyone with different courses in the school will learn a lot and can be applied when they start working in the future, or they could just apply it in their everyday lives when they problem solving, decision making, everything.
My views on learning the concepts discussed in this course is quite useful to that. It's quite useful in terms of the current situation, since compared to like high school math and today's math, it's like in high school math they kind of teach you things that are mainly objective, but with this topic, with the topic that we've been discussing right now, it's like there's also objectives, but there are also subjectives and subjective lessons, in short. And if there are topics or things that are too easy or too difficult to understand, I believe there's none, since all of the topics that's being discussed in here is in a fair leveling field. So I feel like everybody can understand the topics that are being discussed.
I think learning the concepts discussed in this course, it has been kind of challenging, but it's also very rewarding. And at certain times, they are already things that I was familiar with in the first place. So I find the diversity of topics, from like game theory all the way to graph theory, and from even like the transportation problem to even coding theory, they offer like a very comprehensive toolkit for solving real world problems. And each concept adds a unique perspective and set of techniques that are incredibly useful, especially in fields like mine. As for the difficulty level, I think it varies. Some topics some topics are very straightforward, like the first few topics like that we did in the first few weeks, because they're already things I knew from a course, from a class I took. And however, like more complex areas, like the further parts of like graph theory, they were kind of challenging to me, because these topics kind of require deeper level abstract thinking and problem solving skills. But despite the difficulty, like I said, the challenge is part of what makes learning these concepts very engaging and satisfying.
As someone who loves traveling and exploring on my own, a particular concept that I became interested in was the transversing the shortest path. This idea, which involves finding the most efficient route between 2 points, resonated with me because it parallels my experiences of seeking out the most quickest or most scenic routes during my adventures. This concept has practical applications in mapping out travel itineraries and solving real-world problems related to navigation and logistics.
Again, game theory and how much math talks to you or like shows you certain details that you would miss if it wasn't there, like accounting. It really helped me to appreciate accounting because I really hated the fact that accounting was so serious. It never really struck me with any interest until this subject in particular.
Probably would be game theory and decision sciences, and problem solving and mathematics as a language. Both of those can really help you in your everyday life, because problem solving, we all encounter problems every day, but the way to solve them is, a skill and an understanding that all of us should learn. And game theory, because again, it is pretty intriguing. It can involve in just games like board games and all those type of games that help us with our mind to make decisions.
Coding, yes, like deciphering codes, 101, like the 110s ones, and yeah, I feel like those are. I think I have become more interested is because at first I thought that is this how coding is, if I believe it's like you start deciphering codes, and I don't know, but I would like to learn more about it since I'm a little bit interested in coding, but I just don't have like the foundation to start with. So I think I could make that topic of math as a foundation to start practicing coding as a hobby now.
For me, I'd say graph theory has sparked my curiosity more than any other concept in this course, and I've become keen to explore it further on my own. What really fascinates me the most about graph theory is its applicability to like so many different fields, especially in the realm of my actual course, which is information systems. Because the idea of representing complex networks through nodes and edges really provides like a powerful way to visualize and solve problems related to data structures and even social network dynamics. The ability to apply these principles to like real-world problems like optimizing internet routing or designing things like social media platforms is incredibly compelling to me, and this practical relevance and the challenge of solving intricate network problems have motivated me to dive deeper into graph theory beyond this class.
Three words that I could describe this course would be straightforward,
It's fun.
Educational,
I'd say it's interesting,
Challenging,
collective effort,
There's a breakthrough.
helpful,
fun, and
engaging,
analytical.
Thrill.
applicable.
beneficial.
and insightful.